Classic Championship Sunday. Joe Hillsman, Jonathan Hemingway live right here. SUV TV, our opening matchup, the Tennessee Xtreme. They are in gray going up against the Alabama Diamondz. Getting it going early, down low, in the paint with a turnaround, Jasmine Walker.
Joel, we've got a great matchup here featuring two teams, one from Tennessee, one from Alabama to start off the PSB Tipoff Classic. It has been just an absolutely fantastic weekend. 150 teams, over 100 college coaches in the building. Anxious for this first championship game.
And a long two right there to get it started. Megan Lewis for the Tennessee Xtreme. We are tied at 2. Down Walker. Walker kicks it back out. And the Diamondz will set it up offensively. There's India Blakely. Blakely going to draw with the right-hand dribble. Swings it over to the right and kick it back out. It's Winchester. Winchester puts it on the floor. Stop. Foul line jumper. Up. High off the front iron. No good. Offensive rebound. Knocked out, and it will stay down. Nope, it will go to Tennessee. Out of bounds off of the Diamondz, and that's Regine Parker who it was off of. So now here come the Xtreme into the forecourt with the gray trimmed in the orange and the lime green. Zone defense now by Alabama. High ball screen. Swing it down in this left corner. Kick it in the middle. Good passing, good ball movement. Shot up, no good by Maddie Wright. Now here come the Diamondz coming back in white. Parker with the right-hand dribble now swings and kicks it over. Here's on the drive is Blakely. Blakely deep into the paint. Kicks it to the corner. Winchester. Stop along right corner 3. Off the hill of the rim. No good. And a rebound coming down to the Xtreme. Asia Little into the forecourt now. Little dumps it down. Good pump fake. Good move. And a foul. And Shawnee Anderson takes the tough blow in the foul, but she'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Early moments, tie ball game, 14-17 to go, and I guess we've officially woken up on a wonderful Sunday morning, Hemi.
8 a.m., no better place to be here than at Swanee Sports Academy Championship Sunday. Let's go ahead and highlight one of the feature matchups right here between the Alabama Diamondz and Tennessee Xtreme. Number 40, walking off the court right there. That's Jasmine Walker. You saw her get the opening bucket of the game. One of the elite 60 players in the class of 2016. Highly recruited schools and universities from all over the nation, really, coming in to checking her out here at the Tipoff Classic.
Driving for an and one for the Alabama Diamondz. That is Winchester, Harriet Winchester, 5'10", out of Keith School, counted and the foul, and she'll get one free throw here as we come up on 2 minutes gone by in this first half, and she does complete the three-point play, 5-4, with now 2 minutes gone by. Diamondz with that 1-point lead. You were talking about plenty of college coaches. I see a couple of well-recognizable faces in the referee shirts. All right, it is Championship Sunday. Former WNBA and Lady Bulldog Keisha Brown working the baseline down here for it as the lead official. Good steal. Defense. Blakely came in. It's going to roll and go out of bounds. Good defense there by Blakely. She's been active early. India Blakely, 5'8", Charles Henderson high.
Let's go ahead and set the lineup here for the Tennessee Xtreme. You see Megan Lewis throwing the ball in here, one of the great shooters in the Southeast. We've seen her light up the scoreboard on numerous occasions, getting several looks from around the Southeast. I know schools like Union University in Jackson, Tennessee, very interested in her. She's been on a visit. Brenau University, also been in to see her this weekend. Great shooter, one of those kids that can really highlight her team's ability to work the ball around, inside-out type of kid. Sharp shooter, really sharp kid, too.
Kiera Davis with the foul, and as you see, Shawnee Anderson, 5'9", out of Cleveland. She's came out and been very active here early for the Xtreme, going to the free throw line.
This is not our first time watching Anderson play. Always been a very productive player for the Tennessee Xtreme. One of those, kind of power forwards that like to root around down there on the block. But as you see here, like I mentioned, productive. She's going to draw fouls, get rebounds, and convert at the free throw line.
Hit both free throws there, and it is now Alabama working on offense. Winchester with a cross. Winchester pulls up, steps into the jumper. Air ball out of bounds underneath their basket, and they'll take it out. 5-5 ball game. 3 minutes gone by here. 2 16-minute halves. And the Xtreme walk it into the forecourt. Left hand dribble, belt high, goes to Little. Little in the corner. Kicks it back out top. Bad pass. Recovered. Nice job by Megan Wright, but it will be over and back. Maddie Wright, 6'1", out of Boyd Buchanan. Tried to chase down that pass, errant pass, before it went into the backcourt, but was unable to do it. Blakely, nice cross dribble, attacking down the lane, getting deep into the paint, layup good. India Blakely, a strong move, getting deep below the foul line and then finishing it off the glass. The Diamondz extending that 1-3-1 defense. Working on the left side, good move down low. Johnson recovers, she lost it, taken away. Here come the Diamondz, running in transition. Layup good. They get out in transition and they make it work. In on the layup is Takiria Williams. Another scoop by the Xtreme. Nice layup, good. 9-7 with 11:57 to go in action, and buckets off the window early in this one. Here comes Blakely back, a hard right-hand dribble into the forecourt. Crosses it over now with the left in between the legs, sets it up. Swings it over on the right side. Here's Williams. Williams goes around that screen. Williams now going to attack down below the foul line. Kick it off to the left on a power move, sweeping across the lane, got it blocked. Maddie Wright there defensively as Kiera Davis was attacking the hoop. So Davis will go to the free throw line. 5'11". Agadavel is where she's from, and Davis first free throw off the back iron, no good.
Well, you can see here Jasmine Walker on the bench early on in this game, and she spent a good deal of the second half last night on the bench as well too. So this is definitely not a one-player team by any means. This team got to the championship game really on the merits of everybody on the team. Walker, dealing with some leg issues and such, so we'll keep an eye on that as the game progresses.
Got the early start, played about a minute and a half, and then sat back down. A turnover, and the Diamondz now come back with Blakely, who is really putting pressure on the ball and attacking. And out of bounds, though, a turnover will go over to the Xtreme.
Good matchup right here. You mentioned Blakely for the Diamondz. Number 5 here in gray, this is Akia Harris. This is going to be a kid that I'm going to go ahead and mark as a future stock riser this summer. Really dynamic guard. You'll see her ability to handle the ball, shoot, and score.
Blakely leading the break to Winchester, who goes off the glass, and a timeout is called. The Diamondz now run out to an 11-7 lead with 10:56 to go. Running their break. I like what I've seen from India Blakely so far.
Yeah, doing a good job of slashing to the bucket. We're going to see an instant replay here from the Diamondz.
Blakely getting deep down into that paint and then goes off the window with that easy layup there. And she's really forced the action and been sound with the ball here in the early going here for the Alabama Diamondz.
Yeah, 11-7 lead here for the Diamondz early on. I really like, their guard play, their length overall. Let's see what the Xtreme can do to flip the script.
Out of the timeout, they come and get a bucket right there as Harris walked it up. Abby Hubert off the bench with the jumper, short corner.
Well, one of the weaknesses of a 1-3-1 zone is that short corner, and if you can find somebody that can knock that shot down, you can really exploit what's going on, and Hubert steps right in out of the timeout and does exactly that.
Blakely will inbound, and there's a long three right out of the inbound by Williams. It's no good. Tip, fight, rebound, and it will come now to the Xtreme. I'm going to keep my eye here. I'm going to say it one more time. India Blakely, she's really coming out and is aggressive and attacking the ball game from the head on. Harris, a blow by, down low. There's right, jump stop, shot. No good in the lane. They tip it out of bounds. and we will stay down here on this end. Good power move, though, by Maddie Wright, 6'1" Boyd Buchanan, and she was deep in the poke.
And again, you see that play was set up by Harris. Her ability to split the gap at the top of the zone, as you see Wright miss that layup off the baseline out of bounds. But Harris's ability to affect the game, as you saw the steal right there, is quite dynamic, and she gets the assist right on cue.
Yep, with the layup. Jasmine Walker now back in for the Diamond. So here's Winchester. Winchester into the forecourt, gives it over to Blakely. Blakely working with a left-hand dribble on the left wing. Now crosses it back out. Walker is out high from the hoop. She's got it, and she puts it on the floor. Stop, step back, top side three. Back iron, no good. Rebound coming down to the Xtreme, and they will run in transition now. And there's Wright with the layup. Good penetrate and good kick out for the easy layup and the deuce. 13-11, so the Xtreme now on a 6-0 run.
Right in the right spot, right there on the transition.
Pulled that three. It was long and no good. Rebound to the Xtreme. The Diamonds having a couple empty trips now. And Harris will walk it into the forecourt for the Xtreme, who are in gray. Had a screen, now goes down low. Off and out of bounds. Hubert lost it out of bounds after Harris got that nice high ball screen from Maddie Wright.
I like what the Xtreme are trying to do against this 1-3-1 zone. You know, again, one of the weaknesses, or another weakness of a 1-3-1 zone, is if that backside wing doesn't cover down on the block, there's going to be a lot of open diagonal passes. And you can see that Harris has taken advantage of that weakness right now.
Janice Goose is in, counted, and the foul. Off the bench and into the scorebook on her first possession. 5-6 out of Barbara County when attacking the hoop and got the layup. Hoop in the harm, and will shoot a free throw. Tie game at 13.
That's what you like to see off of the bench. Instant energy and the ability to create plays, and a good-looking layup and a three-point play created there by number one, Jasoni Goose.
Jasoni Goose completed that three-point play, 14-13 now. They work it around down in the poke. Hubert kicks it out. There's a long left side three. Megan Lewis, no, they fight for the rebound out of bounds underneath, and it will go to the Alabama Diamonds. Alabama in white, and they have a 14-13 lead with 8:38 to go, our first championship game here live from Swanee, Georgia, and the Swanee Sports Academy. So now here comes Juice. Juice walks it in. There's Winchester into Walker. Walker turns, foul line jumper. Good form, but it was long. Skying for the rebound is the Xtreme, and now here they come. Knocked from behind. Juice playing good defense. Here comes Williams. Williams, they're running 3-on-1 layup. Williams, no, wow, and rebound is going to be ripped out of there by Shawnee Anderson underneath by the Xtreme, but out of bounds, and it will go to the Diamonds. Nope, Xtreme. They'll give it to the Xtreme. We'll come back this way. So Coach Hooks, Al Hooks, the head coach of the Alabama Diamonds, Andrew Little, head coach for Tennessee Xtreme. In the corner, a long three, Hubert, good. She came off the bench and hit her two-corner jumpers. That one a three ball.
You got to love players that know their roles, and Hubert has come right in, knocking down these corner jumpers very effectively.
Work it through Walker. There's Goose. Goose going to take it. Pull a long three. No good. It was short. Rebound coming to the Xtreme, and they are in transition. They're pushing it. Swings it across. Bounce it. There's Hubert. Hubert going to go. Nice little dribble all the way into the lane. Stop, turn, kick it back out. There comes a long two-pointer. Good. Nice drop down. A jumper from Asia Little.
They're going to get a 3-second call before the jumper goes there by Little. Unfortunate on that call, but because it was such a good play, and Little coming in off of the bench, spelling Harris, doing a good job of filling that role.
Wave off that jumper. Nice looking play, but the jumper will not count. So now you go with that two-headed point guard now if you're the Diamonds. India Blakely back in off the bench. There's a right-hand dribble. Kicks it down there. She replaces Winchester. A long three by Williams. No good. They tip and fight for the rebound. It comes to Walker. Walker off the glass, up and in good.
Walker trying to get going here in this game. You've seen her take a couple of jumpers early, and she can definitely do that, but I think the key for her is to get some rhythm early on, get some easy buckets, and see what gets going from there.
Nice jumper in there by Shawnee Anderson, who came out and affected this ball game from the very jump. 18-16. Now the Xtreme go up. Here's Williams. Williams with a crossover dribble now peels back. Ooh, working. Nice ball handling over to Juice. Juice to Walker. Walker pump fake. She puts it on the floor, and there goes behind the back. Good handles for her size. There's another jumper. It is off the hill of the rim. No good. They tip and fight for it. Blakely comes away with it for the offensive rebound for the Diamonds. Now Walker goes, turns, put her back to the basket. Turning up, shot, no. So she is trying to find a rhythm, and now here comes the Xtreme. Hubert in transition, and they tip it out of bounds. And it will be Diamondz basketball.
Walker's struggling with her confidence right now. You can tell visibly shaken. She may be having some of those same leg issues as she had last night, but not finding the rhythm early. But the story of this game for the Alabama Diamonds early on has been the play of Goose and Blakely. The guard play has been very solid for them.
Winchester back in for the Diamonds. And also in now for the Diamond is Zakia Petway. Petway takes the place of Walker, who takes a seat. Now the Xtreme into the forecourt, breaking all the way below the foul line. Good layout. There it is. Count it. And the foul. She's all over the place again, Shawnee Anderson.
That's the word that I used at the beginning of the broadcast with Anderson was productive. And a lot of times for these kids that play along the front line, it's just being in the right spot at the right time, and she's capitalizing upon that now.
Anderson, free throw, good. She completes the three-point play. And you look up and they push it out. It's out to 5 now, 21-16. Diamonds working around, a long corner three. Williams, no good. Tip, fight for the rebound, and Hubert will come away with it for the Xtreme. Goose coming in, good hustle. And I think she'll be okay. She tried to make the steal and knocked it away and kind of landed hard there on her face, but she'll be okay. And come back on defense. Blakely, Winchester, Goose, Williams, and Petway on the floor for the Diamonds. Got her in the air, kick it back. There's a long two, no good. Front iron. Winchester rips down the rebound for the Diamonds, and here they come left to right. Left hand dribble, she gives it to Goose. Goose swings it up ahead to Williams. Williams now attacks the baseline, floats it up, it's short. Rebound, Petway. Petway knocked it back out, and Blakely will pull it back out with 5 minutes to go and dump it off to Petway. Nice dime. India Blakely with the dime to Zakia Petway.
Nice little layoff right there by Blakely, getting into the lane and getting the defense to jump and then laying it off underneath.
Cookies, there goes Goose on a steal. Goose all the way. No. And Goose falling in love with the floor, took a hard fall, but she'll be okay and go to the free throw line. 2 free throws coming up, 21-18, the Xtreme leading with 4:42 to go.
Coach Little was able to stretch this lead out to about five points, really, with the kids off the bench and with many of his starters, getting a break. So that was a good look. But now, with the Diamonds starting to gain the momentum here, he brings his starters back in. Harris, Lewis, and Wright all coming back in with about 4.5 left to play. It'll be interesting to see how this half finishes off.
Goose splits the free throws. Now it makes it 21-19. Into the forecourt now. Here come the Xtreme. Lewis with the pass down to Hubert. Hubert caught it, shot no good. On offensive rebound and put it in. Petway didn't want to commit the foul. Lewis went in and put it in off the left side of the basket. Williams now holds on the left side, attacking. Very quick dribble, step back, jumper, 3, no good. Short rebound, Maddie Wright gobbles up the rebound, and now here comes Harris into the forecourt. She dumps it off to Lewis. Lewis stops, pulls a 3 in transition, back iron, no good. Harris with the rebound, dumped it down the right. Wright, stop, jumper, good. Maddie Wright coming back in and doing good things. Nice move there, Miss Wright.
And with the assist from Harris as well, too. We haven't talked a lot about Wright up until this point, but this is a kid from the state of Tennessee. A lot of schools taking a look at her here on this evaluation weekend. One of the more versatile posts and a very good post scorer as you're seeing here today.
Attacked by Blakely. Blakely, Euro step down the lane, no good. Tip fight for the rebound. Here comes Harris. Harris goes behind the back, and she keeps the dribble alive. Harris, stop, hesitation, all the way to the hoop. Beautiful move by Akia Harris.
I told you, coming into this tournament, Harris was a name that we were consistently mentioning as she looks over at the crowd and says, hey, it's time to eat here on Championship Sunday.
And she was eating good right there, 27-19. Here's that transition move. And the little hesitation freezed her just enough, created that space and scooping to the hoop. An 8-point lead with 3:17 to go. And like you said, once the Xtreme return back to the starters, they're able to pick up the pace. But Hubert has given them fine production off the bench.
Again, know your role, fulfill your role, come in, be ready to play no matter what the time and the score is. But let's go back to Harris. We saw her back at the Spring Showdown here on SUV TV. The Tennessee Xtreme won that championship on Championship Sunday back in March over the Atlanta Celtics. And we saw the talent of Harris then. She's been on our radar for several years, but now her junior year, now headed into her final summer on the circuit, she is ready for a breakout year. And I think when you start to talk about point guards in the Southeast, she's going to be a kid that's going to draw a lot of looks from a lot of different programs from around the nation.
India Blakely with the dribble out of the timeout. Drive, kicks to Petway. Good cut by Petway coming down the baseline. Blakely another dime and a good hoop coming out of the timeout, 27-21.
Gotta love the guard play in this game here, Joel. A lot of slashing, but a lot of dishing too.
Long three, Lewis air ball. Williams gets the rebound for the Diamonds, and then a reach-in foul from the Xtreme. Yeah, I'm impressed with the guard play. I really like India Blakely. She's strong, in control of her dribble, and in command of the offense, and has made a lot work so far for the Diamonds in this contest.
No question, and you got to love these guards that can make plays but are also unselfish enough to be able to find their teammates.
Blakely going in, got ripped that time. Here comes Harris. Harris in transition, going up against Williams. Stop, off the glass, no. Front iron, rebound, Hubert. Hubert up, no. No shot, traveling on Hubert.
Tough play right there for the Xtreme. Looked like they were going to have a transition layup, but good job by the Diamonds by hustling back and forcing that turnover.
Here's Blakely. Blakely goes behind the back now, crossover dribble. Belt high with the right hand, setting up the offense with 2:20 to go first half. 6-point game, the Xtreme up 27-21. Now got a count on her. Swings it over to Goose. Goose now holds and works on Lewis. Goose is going to go driving below the foul line. Flipped it up. No, got fouled and will go to the free throw line to get two. We talked about Jasmine Walker not being into the contest. Petway, who's came in, has given solid minutes so far in the time that she's had.
Yeah, no question, and doing a good job of fulfilling her role, on the interior. And a lot of times, that's what you talk about with your team as a coach. If you're a backup, to a star player or even a starter, sometimes you can get discouraged because you're not getting the minutes, but you never know when your name is going to be called, and you've got to be ready to step in and give those quality minutes.
Goose splits the free throws, and now the Xtreme come back this way, working around the horn, kick it out, inside out. There's a top side three. Harris in and out. Petway tipped it. Rebound comes down to Blakely. They're trailing by 5. Blakely with the left-hand dribble, cross down the lane. Euro stepped again off the glass. No. Another beautiful move and a nice shot. Just did not get the roll. Here comes Harris back into the forecourt now for the Xtreme. Hesitates, going, driving, floating it up. Count it. And the foul. Akia Harris is feeling good at the moment.
Yes, sir, Joel. And you saw the hesitation move. That's her go-to right there, where she can come down, freeze you, explode to the bucket, and she's one of the best that I've seen in this tournament of being able to hit the floater on the move.
And she scored 2 now, 2 hoops so far in this half just off of that hesitation. Free throw, good, completes the 3-point play. 30-29, they push the lead up to 8 with 1:33 to go.
You see the good follow through at the free throw line. And when you start to talk about skill sets, I was talking to a college coach yesterday about Akia. She projects as a point guard, but you can play her off the ball, and she's done it a lot in the past too. Because she can shoot, she can score, and she can create those plays.
A turnover now. Here comes Harris back for the Xtreme, putting pressure on, driving layup good. Akia Harris in full command of her game right now, and the lead balloons out to 10 for the Xtreme.
She's putting on a show right now, Joel.
Yes, she is. Blakely now, who had the Diamondz offense clicking earlier now, Gonna try and make something happen. A long three, left wing, front iron, no good. Petway gets the rebound, puts it back up and in good. So Kia Petway has came off the bench and done some good work now for the Diamonds, but now here comes Harris, who is stealing the show at the moment. Harris looking as we are under 40 seconds. Bouncing it down low, they try to go, and it's gonna go out of bounds. He was trying to feed the post down in there to Anderson. So Shawnee Anderson and Akia Harris have shined here so far in this first half.
Yeah, inside-out combo, and that's what you need on Championship Sunday to take home the title.
Dasani Goose going to attack, gives it to Petway. Petway again, a shot underneath the basket. No, tip for the rebound fight, and here comes Harris back with the Xtreme. Scanning the floor, doesn't have numbers, attacks the basket anyway. Float, no good. Got her own rebound, bounced out to Maddie Wright. Wright going to take it, give it to Little, down low. There's Anderson. Anderson jumper good.
Good extra pass there by Little. Could have very easily taken the three-pointer there on the wing, but instead kept her eyes up and found the open teammate.
Coming down the baseline, there's a layup. It is no good by Regine Parker at the end of the first half. A half that was dominated late by Miss Akia Harris. 34-24, the Tennessee Xtreme leading the Alabama Diamonds right here. This is the PSB Tip-Off Classic on SUV TV. Second half action just about ready to start. Joe Hilsman, Jonathan Hemingway here with you. The Tennessee Xtreme, they are in gray, will be moving left to right, taking on the Alabama Diamonds in a 10-point game, 34-24. And Akia Harris gets it started as they work it in to Little.
10-point lead here for the Xtreme coming out of halftime, and a big part of that, as you mentioned, was Akia Harris. Started a little slow, but ended the first half with a bang.
Lewis three from the left corner, no good. Rebound hits the floor, but picked up now, and here come the Lady Diamonds and Takira Williams to Winchester. Winchester back to Williams, and Williams swings it around to Blakely. Blakely gonna attack, go down the baseline now, all the way underneath the basket, scoop it, layup, no good. Having no problem getting to the basket, unable to finish the last few drives. Out of bounds right here in front of us. Well, Lewis will inbound it. over to Harris, and Harris will set up the offense. They're sleeping down low. There goes Anderson. Anderson turns down below the paint. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Williams of the Diamonds, and now here they come in transition. Williams going to pressure it all the way up to Goose. Goose going to attack all the way, no good. And it's out of bounds off of the backboard and will stay at Alabama Diamonds basketball.
Well, it's clear now coming into the second half that Walker's just a no-go for the Diamonds, starting on the bench here in the second half. So it's really going to be up to these guards for the Diamonds to try to cut into this lead and make themselves competitive. Big blow for the Diamonds. Obviously, you know, Walker is a big part of the reason why they're in this championship game to begin with. But nonetheless, Blakely, Goose, and some of these other players are going to have to step up to the challenge.
Coach Hook, Al Hook standing and trying to coach his girls up still. No basket here from either squad in this second half. And Williams is going to lose it. Turnover out of bounds off of her shoe. And Coach Hook trying to pump them up. But now the Xtreme, who have really looked good in this game so far, work it with Harris. Harris to Little. Little swings it in the corner to Lewis. Lewis now back out. And they'll work it around the horn again, looking at his own defense. There goes Lewis, who's running behind on the baseline. Lewis pump fake. Harris going to attack inside. Nice down to Maddie Wright. A beautiful find to Miss Maddie Wright.
What a great pass there by Harris, and that's what I love about Harris's game. So diverse, can score the ball, but still unselfish enough to set up her teammates.
Williams' long jumper is no good. Wright skies and gets the rebound over Kiara Davis. Now here comes Megan Lewis. She crosses the timeline, and they set it up to Miss Harris. And they're going to get him over and back. Yep.
Yeah, and that's a turnover that technically in the stat sheet will be given maybe to Harris, but you know, Lewis has got to have the presence of mind to allow Harris to establish herself in the front court right there. Good lesson for Lewis, and she'll learn from that, I know, as she's a student of the game.
And Harris, you could tell, had the sense of urgency once she realized the pass was going to come to her early. Tried to hide it, but good call by the ref. So Blakely will set it up for the Diamonds. One is set to the left. Williams tried to feed the post, and it will be out of bounds and a turnover for the Diamonds. Coach Hook just can't believe it. They've gone now almost 2.5 minutes into the half and have not scored. It's a 12-point game for the Xtreme.
One thing I want to point out to you here, Joel, and our viewers at home, both teams playing zone defense, but both teams are being very patient, trying to work the ball inside. So very good offense by both teams, and not just coming down and jacking up the first three-pointer that they see.
Right jumper, foul line, off to the left, no good. Anderson on the rebound, it is no good. But I like what Anderson and Wright have given down in the post for the Xtreme in this contest.
A great high-low tandem. You know, when you have a player like Maddie Wright that has the size at about 6'1", 6'1", she can score around the bucket, but she also has the versatility to be able to step out and hit that mid-range jumper. Even though that jumper right there was off the mark, she has shown the consistency over time to be able to hit that face-up jumper. And wherever she chooses to go to college, she's going to make a college staff very happy because of her versatility.
Splits the free throws and pushes the lead out to 13. 3 minutes gone by here in the second half. 2 16-minute halves. Blakely attacks, now swings it back over to Goose. Goose going to attack, shot up, no. Anderson looks around and smiles. She did get all ball, but a whistle call and a foul on Anderson, and Goose will go to the free throw line.
Anderson picks up the foul right there, and she kind of grins, but I've been very impressed with her play in this game. She's always been on my radar. Like I've mentioned, a very productive player. 5'9", and the temptation for a player like her is to say, well, I need to be a perimeter player. I need to play on the wing. But she accepts her role as a power forward, and she gets it done. And I think a lot of times the mistake that a lot of players and coaches and trainers do is they try to make everybody a perimeter player, and guess what happens to their production? Their rebounds go down, their points go down. Anderson is a kid, you know, for this Tennessee Xtreme team, you know, that could very, as she gets fouled right there, very easily, you know, average 8 and 6, you know, every time she steps out onto the court. So I try to implore people as much as possible, play to your strengths and don't try to be something that you're not.
She'll take a seat right now. Abby Hubert will come back in for it. You mentioned it early, Hemi. Know your role. Well, that's also know your personnel.
Right.
KYP. Even when you're playing in your strengths, you play to your strengths sometimes. You may can do other things well, but it may not be your strength. Kick it inside out. Harris got it blocked, and she went down the lane. Here comes Williams in transition. Williams with a left-hand dribble. Kicks it over to Goose. Goose on the left side. Good closeout defense by Lewis. Winchester, who's had a quiet half, will try to attack, working on Little. Now goes down the lane. Shot is off the glass. No good. Davis rebound. Got it blocked. Maddie Wright blocked it and got it in. Will clear it now as the Xtreme come back this way. Akia Harris into the forecourt with a right-hand dribble. Worked on by Goose. Goes behind the back. Now swings it over to the left to Little. Little to Lewis. Megan Lewis worked on by Takara Williams. Good pop out by Hubert. Now they're going to work it back down in the post and back out this wing. The Lewis, and they're swinging around, being very patient, and the ball moving enough to keep the defense on it.
And you see what the Xtreme are trying to do is with this scissor cut offense, but they'll end up turning it over here.
Davis with the steal goes all the way, misses it. Goose trailing on the play, puts it back up and in good. And the lead now down to 10 for the Diamonds, trying to make a little push now. 37-27, 11-10 to go.
Let's see if they go back to that scissor cut offense right here. And with the scissors, you try to put somebody in the high post. They actually go away from that with a little dribble drive, and Maddie Wright is right there to clean it up.
Maddie Wright having her a fine day.
No doubt, previous possession, you saw her on the defensive end get the block shot. A definite two-way player, Maddie Wright is.
Winchester working. Winchester back to Williams now. Winchester a long three, no good. In and out ball. Rebound hit the floor.
Notice a block out there by Harris. That was impressive.
Yes, and now here she comes behind the back with a tricky dribble. Nice time to Maddie Wright.
And the left-handed finish. Oh, these ladies are playing. I tell you what, Joel. This is what we come to expect on Championship Sunday.
Yes, yes, a beautiful move indeed.
The block out to start it all. I mean, how many times do you see a smaller guard like Harris block out on the interior and then lead the break behind the back and then dishes the dime? Great basketball.
Williams now to Winchester from Goose. The three is no good. Winchester struggling to find her range. Davis down low. Kiera Davis, a hard fall. Been very active. She'll go to the free throw line.
You know, Maddie Wright right there is saying, hey, she's pushing off on me. But from our vantage point, Maddie didn't have her hand straight up. She had her right hand on, actually on the offensive player's back right there. And we talked about this the other night on the broadcast, Joel, the idea of walling up, becoming a brick wall on the interior. And that's one of the things that I think Maddie can improve on right there is that, hey, use your length. You talked about it the other night, 10 fingers to the ceiling. And if the offensive player is in fact giving you that chicken wing in the chest, well, then the referee is going to be able to see it.
Davis upset she missed that free throw. It has been a struggle in the second half for the Diamonds. They trail by 14 now. Davis hits that free throw. They trail by 13. Only 4 points in this second half so far. 9:38 to go and trailing 41-28.
Like Davis. Davis has provided very good energy here for the Diamonds. Running the court, getting on the glass.
Victoria in, kicks it over. There's a jumper by Little. Little, no good. 41-36. She's came off the bench quickly and got 8 quick points here in this second half. 7:44 to go, and the Diamonds pull within 5. And Akia Harris back in for the Xtreme. She crosses into the timeline. Harris goes around the screen. Harris now going to attack down the baseline. Dumped it off to Anderson. Anderson shot, no good. They fight for the rebound. It comes away to the Diamonds. The Diamonds picking up momentum. Here comes Williams in transition. Williams over to Parker. She tried to feed the post to Walker. Walker didn't like it. Pass went over her head, a turnover. Harris back this way for the Xtreme, working with the right-hand dribble. Kicks it out high to Victoria. Victoria going to attack. And a nice way of Williams to get in there and poke that pass out of bounds underneath. It'll be Xtreme basketball. Winchester will come in and Parker will take a seat.
The pace of this game has been really good, the ebb and flow per se, and you see it reflected on the scoreboard. But this is giving college coaches a chance just to get a feel for what these kids do, whether it's Texas A&M, whether it's West Virginia, who's here on the back line as Harris lines that three up.
It's short and get on rebound. Saved it, tiptoed to right. Maddie Wright now going to go, dump it down low. Inside, loss, a turnover though.
Well, and that's got to be a shot attempt right there. That's got to be something where they put that up and finish it. Jazz Walker's going to take that shot.
She is, missed it off the glass, tried to use the window. Here's Harris back in transition. Harris between the legs, being worked on by Williams, who tried to get her cookies, couldn't do it. Anderson got it, pump fake, shot up, got fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. A delayed call. Anderson very active and effective in that first half, now trying to get going here late in the second.
Well, it goes back to one of the broadcasts that we had on Friday night where we talked about the effectiveness to be able to create from the high post. You know, obviously not seeing the zone there on the dribble penetration. Everybody's in transition defense. But same premise. Anytime you get a kid that can operate in that 10 to 15-foot space and make plays the way Anderson does, it makes the game infinitely easier for everyone else on the floor.
Anderson makes that first free throw. They push the lead now quietly back out to 6. The Diamonds had been on a nice little run after Jazz Walker came in and gave them a lift. 6.5 to go now and trailing. Shot is up and in good, a 7-point lead. The Xtreme get their little bit of a comfortable cushion back.
Well, it's going to be big they convert down the stretch from the free throw line. So those are too big, knowing that you can go to Anderson now. And there we see it again. We talk about operating in that mid space. There's Walker catching it at 15 feet, being able to put the ball on the floor 2 times to attack it.
Jasmine Walker coming on now, 10 in this half. Harris with blazing speed off the right, a layup good.
Come on, man.
It's not fair.
Man.
She has done that all game.
That reminds me of my younger days, myself, Marcus Burnett, SUV playing pickup, man. Me on the dribble penetration, Marcus with the finish.
And there she is in on the defensive steal. Here comes Victoria. Victoria attacking with the right hand. Dumps it back off to Anderson. Anderson could not get the roll, or it would have been an and one. A 7-point lead, but Harris has 4 or 5 dimes in the same fashion like that to the right. And, man, left hand, right hand, just dime it off, drop it off.
Well, I'm looking forward to Chris Watkins and I have been in the lab cooking up a feature player eval on Harris that should drop sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Really excited about that. She's such a talented prospect. Her ability to make others better. You know, we did one on Megan Lewis, who's over there on the bench right now as a specialist, as a shooter. Maddie Wright, who's a specialist on the interior. But then you got Harris, who also gets the job done at the point. And now you got a little bit of everything for this Xtreme team. That's why they're playing here on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, they are. 46-38, 5:40 to go. Playing on Championship Sunday, about to win them a championship. They're a happy ride back home to Tennessee. Inside, nice pass. Walker's feeling good. Long shot, no good. Off the heel of the rim. Rebound off of right. It hit the floor, and Victoria picks it up. Victoria's pass was tipped it, but there's little holes in there. Gives it to right playing around. There's Anderson again. Shot no good. Anderson on the glass. Shot up. No. We'll go back to the free throw line. Being very active, Shawnee Anderson.
Well, it's just what she does. She's going to make plays in that mid-range space. She's going to rebound offensively. She's going to rebound defensively. And she's going to bring an energy and an effort to the game. You know, we talk a lot about efficient production. You know, she's somebody that's an efficient producer. She doesn't need a volume of shots to be effective, but she does it with her player activity, and more times than not, a high field goal and a high free throw percentage.
Shania Anderson makes the first free throw. She's been very effective today. Very impressed with her play. Second free throw is good, and she's doing it in front of, like you said, a host of coaches sitting on both baselines.
It's a beautiful thing. Stanford's head coach Tara Vanderveer just walked in. She's right underneath the basket next to Nikki Caldwell. You've got Chattanooga. You've got a whole host of people. Jacksonville State University. So many different schools that are in here just to see all the talent and will be here for the duration of the day.
Walker's jumper is no good. Rebound is long and comes out to Harris. 4:45 to go, 10-point game. There's Maddie Wright, wide open. Victoria with the dime. The assist from Victoria, Maddie Wright with the lay-in, and she's played very well.
Well, Maddie Wright has turned into one of the better interior prospects in the southeastern region inside the class of 2016 over the past couple years. Been at CoachHenry.com workouts, Elite Basketball Academy camps and workouts, always looking for opportunities to refine her game, continue to get better, and that's exactly what she's done.
Kiera Davis has been active here in this second half. She gets fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Lead has quietly gone up to 12 for the Xtreme. They had a 10-point lead at the half, and they've kind of been in control despite that Diamond push earlier in this half.
Well, and unfortunately for the Diamonds, outside of Jasmine Walker here in the second half, they have not been able to get the type of production you're going to need to beat an Xtreme team that has the depth that they do. You've got to be able to get production from at least two people. Jazz Walker alone, even as good as she is not going to be enough in this one.
Here comes Victoria. Victoria all the way below the foul line off to Anderson, and she traveled. Walker coming there defensively made her think about it. Too many steps.
Walker comes over. She's like, nah, I don't want to do that, boss.
11-point lead. Goose walks it into the forecourt. Goose swings it over to Winchester. Winchester has been quiet in the second half. Kick it out to Williams. Williams holding between the rings. Williams looks, they swing it over to the left of Goose. Goose now going to drop it off, tried to drop it off to Walker. They've ran a lot through Walker since she's returned, sometimes forcing it, that time leading to a turnover.
Well, it's tough, if you're, Jasani Geis, you're looking at an opportunity there to try to get it to Walker, knowing you need a basket, so you try to put it in her hands, but she had a couple of people there and another person in the neighborhood. You almost have to swing that and then try to get it on the rotation back. So when you swing the basketball side to side, CoachHimmy.com here, you want to get Walker with a flash, you want to get Walker with a cross screen, some kind of action that frees her up on the cut to get the basketball.
Right with a step back jumper, no good. Davis gets the rebound for the Diamonds. Do they have one more push and one more run in them? Geis with it, over on the left side to Winchester. Winchester, they swinging around the horn. There's Williams, a three, back iron, no good. Harris with the rebound, and now the Xtreme will come down and be patient after they set it up. Harris the little who swings it over now baseline to Victoria. Victoria goes and kick it back out. There's Harris, pump fake, now going to pull back. Good recovery and defense by Geis to cut off that drive for the moment. Running it through right, who's at the free throw line. Swings it to the left of Victoria. Victoria puts it on the floor, left hand, and foul called on the floor by Kiera Davis. 50-39. 2:56 to go here in this one, and India Blakely will check back in. Blakely got a good start to this one in the first half, has been quiet since the middle of the first half.
It'll be interesting to see from a production standpoint here late if the Diamonds can get enough production out of the number two, whoever that is. Somebody's going to have to hit a bucket in addition to Jasmine Walker. But I think Xtreme did a great job on that last possession, even though it didn't go their way there on the jump ball tie-up, but just being patient. You saw Harris with it. She didn't have it, set it up. Sent it to Wright. Wright didn't like what she had, kicked it out. So they're just being really patient on offense and getting the shot they want.
Inside out, there's Walker. Walker goes and drops that shoulder and scores. Cut it to 9, and Coach Hook calls a timeout. 2:36, wants to prep them for this one final run right here.
That's a great timeout there. Quick 30 blow, but just trying to give Walker time to compose herself and be able to make another push. But they're going to have to send offensively everything they do through her. Looks like we've got an instant replay being queued up. Oh, here we go, 15 feet. Mid-range killer, Jazz Walker. Body on her, doesn't matter. Ball, bank, basket.
And that's what she's done, has been very effective. Sada a lot in the first half, did not start the second half, but once she came on the floor, she stayed on the duration. 12 points here so far for her in this second half.
Yeah, that was our instant replay powered by Prospects Nation TV. Obviously, huge assist to everybody on the SUTV TV staff this morning as we get Championship Sunday rolling.
First of many, we'll be here all day, and you'll be here with us as well. And listen, we're not the only one. He ran through the Rolodex. See Vivian Stringer, Nikki Caldwell, Tar Vanderveer. So it ain't just us now.
Every now and then life works out, man. This is a great day. If you're a prospect, just the opportunity to play in front of all the different schools, Belmont and Georgia Southern and all the schools in attendance. Oh, nice step through there.
Hubert has played well. She came off the bench in the first half, got a couple jumpers, and has been effective when she's came in for Anderson. But now her and Anderson playing together along with Victoria Lewis and Akia Harris.
What's that whole depth issue we talked about? At some point, you have to be deeper than us. That's a hard challenge when you're playing this Xtreme team. They have 8 kids, and all 8 of them are effective. All 8 of them can score the basketball in various ways. They'll all rebound and defend. And then offensively, once again, they wait for the shots they want. Quick sidebar, Megan Lewis's shoes are incredible. Those LeBrons with the sock combination, her shoe game is crazy, Hillsman.
I hear you. You know, it's interesting you mentioned that. I'm trying to walk in and see who the highlighter crew is. They just walked in with their uniform. There's Walker. Walker now kicks it back out. And here's Williams. Williams over to Blakely. Blakely puts it on the floor. Blakely driving off the window. Good. Her first hoop in a minute. Coach Hook quickly calls a timeout. Down to 8 with 1:54 to go. But I want to touch back on what you were talking about with the extreme depth. Yeah, it's only 8. But the combination of that 8 and each skill set has complemented each other. And you can see why they've had the lead most of this game.
Well, when you look at, I mean, whether it's Duke men or UConn women, you know, whatever level of play you want to watch, most teams, you know, Kentucky obviously men was a rare exception with the platoon system, but most teams are not playing more than 7 or 8 players late in the season. So you start to shorten your bench, and in a lot of ways, as long as everybody is healthy and conditioned for it, I think it helps. It allows you to get into a rhythm. It allows you to make some mistakes early, and it's okay. And mistakes not necessarily meaning turnovers, Jay. It very well could mean just a missed shot or two, but a quality shot that you just missed, because you're not going to be going out in 3 minutes. You're going to play 4, 5, 6 minute spurts, get your blow 4, 5, 6 minutes more, and you know that you're comfortable with your role, and everybody has an opportunity to play themselves, work up that sweat, as Kobe says in the documentary, get himself into a lather, you know, and really feel his body and feel what's good and feel what's tight. And same thing right here with Xtreme.
51-43, the Xtreme leading the Alabama Diamondz, 1:54 to go. Joel Hillsman, glad to be with you here. PeachStateBasketball.com. Any gym is home. The PSB Tip-Off Classic, Brandon Clay joining me here. Hit me somewhere running around. But the entire PSB crew will interchange and work with me. I'm just glad to be here, man. All day. Is it going to be this good all day?
Yeah, I mean, this is good, but it gets better, man.
Oh, I believe it.
Better.
I believe it. Just a little morning breakfast, that's all.
I like that a lot. We got Stephen Peck over there, one of our national evaluators, across the table, putting pen to pad for us, taking down notes on everything that we're saying and writing. He's locked in. Actually, Chris Hanson, managing editor, will be in the building in a little bit, so star-studded day.
Harris shot no good. Rebound by Hubert. It was blocked out of there. Winchester came in and played well defensively. They've got a shot fighting to the very end. 1:42 to go. A foul on the Xtreme. It'll be Diamond basketball.
That's a big foul. First one underneath 2 minutes. Remember, we play the NBA-style rule there. 2 under 2 puts them on the line. So very well could get to the line this possession if they can mess around and get a foul drawn.
Winchester puts it on the floor, now gives it to Blakely. Blakely gonna attack, going down in the paint, back out to Winchester. Winchester now pump fakes and drives, float, count it, and the foul.
Coach Al Hooks goes so hard over there, his gum falls out of his mouth. He's clapping, he's working. He can't tell that guy right now that there's not a championship on the line. And this is exactly the type of atmosphere that you envision and you draw up in the office when you get this type of talent all in one place.
Winchester, Harriet Winchester missed the second free throw. They fight in a tie-up as Victoria and Williams tied up, and it will be Xtreme basketball. Yeah, talked with Coach Hooks before the game. He was as outstanding to talk with and has been engaged from the beginning in this game. Still coaching hard. It's only a 6-point game.
Yeah, he and Myra do a great job with this organization, and they've just done a great job of building out of the Montgomery area, and have got some really talented kids, but just putting it all together now, you know, to the point where they're on this broadcast on Championship Sunday in their first year as an organization.
Maddie Wright over to Victoria. Victoria will hold it with 75 seconds. Kick it back out, trying to eat some clock now. Winchester will come out as Victoria holds it and gives the foul. 1:08, and that is the first foul under the last 2 minutes. So next foul will put him on the free throw line. 2 16-minute halves, and that's, I think, is my favorite feature. The under 2-minute fouls. I just love it. Oh, good rip. Cookies. Williams with the steal on Harris. Williams,
no, she didn't get her back.
Harris
she got her back.
Harris with the steal again. Gets it up ahead to Anderson. Anderson foul, and now she'll go to the free throw line. Akia Harris was having none of that. You take mine, I'll come back and take yours in the same possession.
That's incredible. It's absolutely because the amount of effort that it takes, number one, to not pout. To not get ripped and, oh, man, drop my head. Because if she had dropped her head at all, she doesn't get back on that play. Bust her behind, and in about 7 steps is able to cut the kid off, get her hand in there, get a clean strip, and steal.
Shania Anderson at the free throw line. Been impressed with her game. Free throw is good. 52-45. So the Diamonds made a run to get it down to 5, and then the Xtreme pushed it back out to 10 and 11, and now the Diamonds make another push and get it to 5. But Anderson's free throw goes in, and they push it back out to 8 for the Xtreme, so they've kept them at arm's distance. Williams into the forecourt, steps into a three-pointer. Air ball, no good, out of bounds. The ball will go over to the Xtreme.
Well, it's tough. When you dig yourself what we call a 2-run hole, you know, anything more than 6 is a second run. Once you dig that 2-run hole, it's hard to come back because you've got to play well enough to be able to get through the first run, which is still going to put you down 3 or 4, and then make another run. And unfortunately for the Diamonds, they haven't been able to score the basketball enough to get back into that second run.
And Xtreme living at the line now, the Tennessee Xtreme. And it's always stated, Brandon, it takes more energy coming from behind. And then once you finally catch them, now you got to play them even, and you've expended so much energy.
Well, you know, this is an interesting thought. You know, you look at the professional leagues, WNBA, NBA, even your high-level college, and people say all the time a 20-point lead isn't safe. And that's because you've got a lot of people that can score the basketball very efficiently and in a high percentage. You know, Golden State the other night. Well, you got Steph Curry, you got Klay Thompson, you got Draymond Green. You got a lot of people that can score the ball at a high level. The minute you don't have that, whatever level you're talking about, you struggle. You know, that becomes a struggle in terms of being able to score it enough to make 2 runs to put yourself in a position to win the game.
Coach Hook still coaching with 40 seconds to go, and they're trailing by 9, 54-45. So Walker's going to roll it, and they're going to play this thing all the way out. Blakely's going to let it roll as far as she can, and the Xtreme still are not going to pressure her. She picks up the ball down the forecourt. Blakely puts it on the floor to Walker. Walker going to pull a long 3 off the back iron. Oh, no good. Actually, didn't get the iron, hit the backboard. Now Victoria swings it up to Harris. Harris into the forecourt. They chase her down and foul her, and she'll go to the line.
Well, this is one of those situations now. If Harris can knock down one, if not both of these, that will about seal this thing up, and we'll be ready for the next action.
Akia Harris going to the free throw line, and she's had herself a fine game. 5-5 out of girls preparatory school there in Tennessee. Andrew Little, the head coach of this Tennessee Xtreme bunch, as the free throw is good to push the lead out to 10 with 26 seconds.
Little's done a great job with this team over the course of the years. They've come a long way. I'm watching this group as they were 8th graders, and to add a piece like Harris for the final summer for this group has been instrumental in putting themselves in a position to be able to go up against a kid of Jasmine Walker's caliber and a team the caliber of the Alabama Diamonds and come away victorious with a championship in my bracket nonetheless.
Williams with the three-pointer. That makes it 56-48. So with 12 seconds and Coach Hook calls a timeout, he's still coaching right down to the very end, which is one of the things that I love. And you talking about a 20-point lead is never safe. You can even see that a 10-point lead here is not safe with the right amount of talent on the floor.
No question. And the ability, once again, to make shots. You know, everybody's going to defend here. That's a given. If you're playing on this floor on this day, you've defended at some point to get here. Can you make enough shots? Can you make enough positive plays? Shots could be offensive rebounds that are finishes on the backside because the defense didn't block out. It doesn't have to be clean shot attempts off of an offensive set. Can you find enough ways to create shot opportunities for your team to win on Championship Sunday here at PeachStateBasketball.com events?
And the Tennessee Xtreme look like they have the pieces. A fine effort from a fine bunch. 8-man rotation, and you can tell that all 8 contributed to this. Lewis needs to get it in, did not get it in, a 5 count. So the Diamonds still playing to the very end, get a turnover here. Walker will inbound it now for the Diamonds underneath.
Interesting, you gotta have something quick.
Very quick. Williams to Walker. Walker steps back in, a long 3 off the hill of the rim, no good. They tip and fight for the rebound, and here comes Harris. Harris is fouled by Williams, who gives the foul with 4.5. They call it an intentional foul.
That's a good shot there, and that's the shot you wanted out of the corner. Called intentional, no play on the ball there.
You know my favorite word, clear pass. Harris will get 2 at the line all by herself. First free throw, good. That's got to be pressure right there, hasn't it? Nikki Caldwell and Tara Vanderweer sitting 5-10 feet away from you, and you're at the free throw line by yourself to seal the game.
Incredible. Not to mention newly minted head coach for Georgia, Joni Crenshaw, who just got off a plane this morning to get there, literally down there in the white underneath. Has got one of her assistants there with her as well, and Kelly Mathis. So they've done a great job. You know, Harris has of really managing this game once again in front of a star-studded back line.
Excited for Joni Crenshaw over at Georgia. It's a big thing there, following a legend basically in Andy Landers, and just the opportunity that she has and what she can do. And I loved her press conference, her opening press conference. I'm talking to all of you, Georgia. We still gonna go everywhere else, but I'm talking to you, Georgia. And I mean, that's the way you get off on the right foot.
No question, and she's done a great job working along with Coach Landers the past several seasons after coming over from Alabama. And, you know, one of the things that I expect from Joni and from the Georgia program, you know, not only recruiting, you know, on a local standpoint, but just being able to go out and secure some of the top talent nationally. Coach Landers in the storied tradition in great hands in Joni Crenshaw.
The Tennessee Xtreme have won them a championship, the Brandon Clay bracket, 58-48 over the Alabama Diamondz right here in our opener on Court 4 on Championship Sunday. PeachStateBasketball.com, the PSB Tip-Off Classic, live all day right here on SUV TV.